Hello, my name is Dr. Jane Hendricks and I'm a naturopathic physician in Scottsdale, Arizona. And I'm just going to do a quick bit on hormone testing for women. Men, it's pretty simple. You get tested through the blood. Testosterone is not as volatile throughout the day as estrogen is, as our guys know. Estrogen can be pretty volatile, not volatile, but fluctuating throughout the day, especially for the woman that's most commonly, the demographic that's most commonly coming to get hormone testing is perimenopausal. That is actually the most volatile time for a woman's hormones, is during that time when she's going through the change of life. And so when you're doing blood testing, which is the conventional way, it's what's been done historically, it's what's still currently used in conventional medicine, is the blood test for estradiol, and we'll go through the 3 different forms of estrogen in a minute. But that's the most conventional form of testing right now, is estradiol blood test. So addressing the blood test, just realizing that that's like that. It's a photograph that's a split second, what's in the blood right now. And so depending on what time of day and what part of the month she went to go get tested, I personally don't feel that that would be very accurate for prescribing hormones. Naturopathic physicians, we're very specialized in hormones. We get really deep into it. We get into the liver and how the hormones are metabolized, and we work with all of that with our patients. And I believe that that's so important when it comes to estrogen. Why? Because estrogen carries risk. Yes, we need it very badly, but it carries all kinds of risk for thicker blood, blood clots, and of course cancer. And so I like to be very thorough and conservative when prescribing hormones. My preferred test is the 24-hour urine test, which looks at all 3 metabolites of estrogen, and it's a 24-hour. So there's 4 urine strips, very convenient. You just send in the dried strips to the lab, and the lab I use is very thorough in its testing. It gives paragraphs of the findings and what the purpose is for each hormone, and also diagrams. This 24-hour urine test not only checks the different waves throughout the day, but also liver function. So the liver is the metabolizer for these hormones. That's the organ that breaks down your hormones. What else does the liver do? We all know, because we go on these detoxes twice a year. The liver handles toxins, so it is also handling our lifestyle. So as a naturopathic physician, I have a whole consult, a follow-up consult addressing the lifestyle. So yes, there's the lab test to look at, but not just labs. I don't prescribe just on labs. I prescribe on the risk that patient's lifestyle carries. There are certain risk factors that a lifestyle carries, such as smoking, which increases the propensity for blood clots, and animal foods, animal proteins, which also increases the risk for cancer. So if my patient is heavy into that, then I'm going to be way more conservative on my diet, on my prescribing the hormones, of course, unless she's willing to change her lifestyle. But also a naturopath has many tools to offset that lifestyle too, to help offset, not completely. Supplements will never be as powerful as a lifestyle change ever, but there are supplements that can help the liver break down estrogen more effectively. And so this is another reason why a naturopathic physician is so great to go to when you're getting prescribed hormones, because we have those tools where it's conventional medicine. They look at the labs, they prescribe the hormones, and that's it. And so I do a lot of weight loss, and I see patients gaining weight when they're on the, just a blanket oral estrogen, and the stuff isn't being looked at, their liver and how they're metabolizing it, carrying it, storing it. Things like that. So with getting that lifestyle consult and the 24-hour urine test, which looks at how the liver is breaking down estrogen, you can address these issues and prevent the side effects, the unfavorable side effects, like the weight gain around the hips that women will feel. So the 24-hour urine test has 3 different hormones. I already mentioned estradiol. That's the most commonly prescribed in the conventional world. There's estrone, which is the strongest form of estrogen, very rarely prescribed. I'm not sure why anyone would want to prescribe that, because it does carry the heaviest risk. And then estriol, which is not prescribed very much in the conventional world, but very common amongst the naturopaths. I love estriol. It's my favorite form of estrogen. It's great for vaginal dryness. It has that local effect because that's where the body makes most of it, is in the vaginal tissue. And also a woman can get weak systemic effects from that estriol. So she does have hot flashes, irritability. Those are more body-wide effects. Estradiol is the most commonly prescribed for that because estradiol is kind of a systemic estrogen. Estriol is more local. However, when applied vaginally, it can go through the bloodstream and give some benefit there as well. So with using compounding pharmacies, you can really fine-tune what the patient needs. So we have the lifestyle consult to address the risk that the lifestyle carries and to take that into account when we're prescribing oral versus cream. We have the 24-hour urine test that looks at where the body is going with its metabolism of hormones, if it's going to be breaking it down effectively. Because if the liver isn't breaking it down, what happens is you get stronger, more harmful metabolites in the blood. And again, that's measured in the urine. These metabolites, again, are stronger and they cause proliferation of tissue. We don't want that. We don't want that in the uterus, especially when you're perimenopausal, menopausal. There's no need for that. It just carries more risk for cervical cancer. And then also tissue proliferation in the breast. So we definitely want that liver to be breaking it down. Again, we have supplements to help with that, but also correcting a lifestyle to assist the liver in breaking down the hormones is beneficial as well. So that's my little bit on hormone testing and hormone prescribing for estrogen. I hope this information was helpful for you, and thank you for joining me.